Hello and welcome to today's video. Today I just wanted to take a little look at the Arduino IDE, in particular how it compiles and how it copes with some strings. I found a little problem the other day and it confused me, and I thought it would be worth putting a video together just to let other people know about the issue. So if we just take a look at the code, this is just an empty code, empty sketch according to the Arduino language. When I compile it, you can see that it uses only 444 bytes. But the issue I had the other day was, the first thing I normally do with any project is start putting in a structure for the diagnostics. So void, so I normally do something like debug, like this string. Okay, so normally this is what I would do, so that if at any time I wanted to put in a bit of diagnostics, I can just simply use my function to handle the diagnostics, and then if at any point in the future, if I wanted to comment out the debug, I could just go into this one method or this one function and handle it here. Or if I wanted to redirect it to a file or a screen, I could just do it in one location. I wouldn't have to go through the code. To be honest, I'm used to working on much larger projects than really a microcontroller, but it's a good habit to get into. Doesn't hurt, and if at any point in time you wanted to just to get rid of the comments, get rid of the debug, it's easier if it's done like this. Now when I compiled this, okay, you can see the memory utilization went up, and both in the storage and in the RAM, which is to be expected. But then what I was trying is saying, okay, now let's try and compile it, and let's do what I would normally do, which would be without debug, compile it. And the memory went down, but instead of using 444 bytes, it's still using 1624. And instead of using 9 bytes of RAM, it's still using 33. For whatever reason, it hasn't detected that this string is not being used and should be removed from the code base. So it's still actually copying it into memory, which on a small microcontroller can be a huge issue. If you've got quite a lot of debug statement or lots of strings which you comment out, or not so much comment out, but choose to do like I'm doing, not actually using them, they still take up all of the space in the memory, which can impact both the performance and the memory. And I thought this was strange, so I played around a little bit, and I noticed that if I change, instead of using a string, okay, so let me bring back in the diagnostics. So if I now change over, instead of using a string and just use a char array, still using, it actually uses less space, just a little bit. Hello world, and just to make sure it's actually, this is a test, just to verify that this is actually the code working. There we are, this is a test. So basically I'm doing exactly the same thing, but instead of using a string, I'm just using a char array. But now if I comment out the debug, the compiler does detect that this all should be ignored, and it reverts back to 444 bytes and 9 bytes of RAM, which is correct. So just wanted to make people aware that using the string library in the Arduino, although it might be easy sometimes, it may have unexpected limitations, particularly if you have unused variables which are defined as strings. Be aware that that memory is going to be used even if you don't ever use that variable. And I thought it was just something interesting to watch out for. Anyway, hope that was of interest to some of you. If it is, please consider liking the video, and thank you for watching.